What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tor, and in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the new Byakuya, the manga Byakuya. We're gonna go ahead and review him. I was able to get him a couple of days ago, and yeah, just finally got to reviewing him. I've got 3 different builds: normal attack, strong attack, and a hybrid build. So 3 builds, and we're going up against the Xyloporo raid, so we do get the attribute advantage, and we also get the killer effect. So yeah, he's going to be inflicting the most damage he can inflict. Of course, that's just with accessories and level 200 and of course soul traits and stuff like that. He doesn't have any of his soul traits upgraded. So it's just, we're going to test him out and see how good he is. Because he has been, I don't know, a lot of people have just talked about how he's not that great, from YouTubers to just viewers, and I don't know, we're about to test it out and figure that out and find out how good he really is. Alright, so the first build we've got is the normal attack damage build. We've got a Chappie with 40 stamina, Pupples with 10% all stats, and then of course the Hojikuzai with 30 attack, and then of course 25, 25, 25 Nad Link. So we're gonna go ahead and test this out, like I said, on the Xyloporo raid, and let's just talk a little bit about this character. So of course, like I said, this is the normal attack damage build, and this character actually has pretty decent attack at 697. 697 is pretty good. But there's definitely a lot higher attacks out there, especially for technique characters. For example, just the one I can remember from recent times is Wonderwise. Wonderwise has 720 plus attack. And just to compare to this character, to Byakuya, I mean, like, it's just like, I don't understand why Byakuya only has 697 or these kind of stats. You know, especially with his skills, because his skills don't really make him all that much better. He only has a 30% bruiser, I mean, which is good, of course, but you would expect them to have gone full out like they said they were, because they really did do amazing job on characters like the other manga characters, and this character is awesome as well. But it's just 30% bruiser is not the highest of upgrades, and 697 attack is just not that great as well. There's other characters that have higher attack than that are technique. For example, Apache also has like 720 attack. So I don't know, although, you know, he doesn't have the best attack and skills, he is inflicting decent damage, which is at like around 5,000. But you also got to keep in mind that we are having the attribute advantage and killer effect. So that damage is at, like, basically the best type of like the perfect raid situation. You know, any other raid where he maybe only gets the attribute advantage, he's only going to be inflicting about like 3,500 to 4,000, which is decent, but just like kind of underwhelming in my opinion. Another thing though that you can also, I guess, use to defend him is that we are in the Xyloporo raid, so his health is down because of poison. And of course that means he can't take advantage of his soul trait, which is 20% additional damage when stamina is fully up, completely filled up. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I don't know, I guess you could use that, and I mean, maybe his attack would be a little bit higher, maybe it'd reach the 6,000 mark. But yeah, I mean, the one thing I will say though is his normal attack string is beautiful and it looks really nice. But yeah, other than that, that is the normal attack damage build, and I think it's a decent option, but not the best. I would give it like a 7 out of 10 even. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Now we have the strong attack damage build, and this one is pretty cool because I have really good accessories for this. A robe with 30 SP, tension tie with 30 SP, and a Yuki with 30 SP. And then we've got 25, 25, 25 Sad Link, and that adds up to an additional 752 SP, which is really nice. You know, that's I think the highest it can actually get right now. You know, of course, unless we had soul trait links, which would be nice. But all right, first strong attack, you saw that 3,600 damage, and it hits like 2 or 3 times, so that's not bad. That's not a bad hit. And that was actually I think that was his, no, that was his first strong attack. That right there was his third strong attack. It hits like multiple waves, and it is a full screen, which is really nice. It hits about like, it looks like about 4,000 for that third one. And of course, if you didn't know, I used my barrier, his second strong attack, which is a crazy cool like new addition. I think it just looks really cool, but is it really effective? I don't believe so. I just think that it kind of, if you didn't know, it is timed. His second strong attack that has barrier is timed, so you know, it's kind of useful in situations, but not really. Not really, just because if you're a decent player, you know how to dodge and get out of certain situations. It might help you in just the most random times, but yeah, I don't think it's too special. This is of course only in PvE. I haven't tested it out in PvP, which I will be doing tomorrow, so stay tuned for a PvP video on that. But yeah, his strong attacks all look really cool, just maybe not the hardest hitting. I mean, it's, you see the averages are around 3,500 to 5,000, and of course each strong attack hits a couple of times, so not bad, not bad at all. Like I said though, I say it's not bad, but then again, like, you know, off a manga character, a character that we most likely won't get an upgraded version ever again, I think this should have been the best version of Byakuya in the game. And although it might be the strongest of himself, he's just not all that good. Like, there's no reason, in my opinion, for Wonder-Wise to be debating, like, to debate whether Wonder-Wise is stronger than Byakuya. There should be no debate. I even would say, I would go as far as to say that Fullbring Ichigo should be, you know, not as good as him, because he's like over almost half a year older. But here we're gonna go ahead and test the special out, so I hope you enjoy that. And the final build we've got is the hybrid build. We've got the Robe with 30 SP, Tension Tai with 30 SP, and then the Yuki with 30 SP. And then we've got, oh no, this is actually the recharge time build. My mistake, not hybrid. So same kind of thing we've got there. Good SP, and then the recharge time is up there. So now we get to spam our strong attack. So yeah, right there, boom. 2,700 I saw, so the damage does go down a bit, but I mean, it recharges quite fast. It takes about 5 seconds. Here we take our barrier, which only inflicts about 1,500, which is not that great. That's kind of weird. I mean, of course it hits like 2 or 3 times, but 1,500 is not that great of a number. The third one, as you saw, hit about 2,600 to 2,700, and it had like 2 or 3 waves. So that one's, I have no complaints about. I mean, I have no complaints about this character, you know, in the way it looks and the way everything looks on him. Yeah, like his strong attacks look amazing. His normal attack is just beautiful. Like the last hit it has 3 separate, like, and it just hits, it spreads out and hits 3 different ways. Like it can hit a lot of enemies, and it's really nice, but I just feel like the damage inflicted through everything is just a little underwhelming. So you know, it would have been nice if they would have given him Flurry. I mean, not Flurry, Frenzy. Frenzy would have just, it wouldn't have even made him like that much like of a it wouldn't have made him overpowered to the point where he is the best technique hands down, but it would have made him a lot funner to use, which I kind of find confusing to why they didn't do that. I don't know why they didn't do it, but yeah, this build's pretty decent. You know, I think this is probably the build you'll want to go with if you're doing any like raids or going on, or just doing PvE in general. I think this is the one you'll want to do. But yeah, that is it for this build. I'll let the gameplay go on. I don't really need to say much more. This build, I'll go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. I guess this is probably my favorite, just because I get to spam the strong attacks. And yeah, 8 out of 10 for this build.
戦形千本桜影吉王に一家先人か。
Alright guys, so this is the next day. I went ahead and actually recorded this little bit of gameplay. Basically we have a hybrid build, and we also have 20 additional damage when fully healed. So he actually has that as his own soul trait, so we've got an additional 80% when fully healed, which is actually pretty cool. This is only possible if you've got, of course, two Tsukishimas, one as a 6-star and one as a 5-star, and of course a second Byakuya as a 5-star. So this is actually pretty cool. I actually didn't think of this earlier, but it wasn't even possible with Xyloporo anyway. So we're doing the Rukia event, or the Rukia raid, and he only gets the attribute advantage. But as you see for yourself, he's inflicting 3,700 per normal attack string, and then his strong attacks hit about 6 to 7k because they hit about twice, and they both and each hit averages about to 3,800. So pretty good damage. I mean, this build's actually surprisingly good. Like I said, this is just a little bit of a bonus, and it's only really possible, like I said, with those specific characters. It's not possible with any other character. And of course, this is you have to be fully healed to get that advantage, because if not, the damage goes down a lot. So anyways, I just decided to go ahead and throw this one in there. I also mistakenly didn't have the sound of the gameplay going, but you do at the end when he uses his special. And let me tell you what, his special is amazing. But this is the end of the video. I'm gonna just end it off with this gameplay. I do want to thank every one of you guys for all the support and all the new people that have joined the Torque Crunch, or the Dolphin Gang as we call it. I just want to thank you all, and if you could, please hit the like button on this video and go watch my other reviews on all the other manga characters. I do have them for Toshiro, Shunsui, and Sajin. So basically you can get all the gameplays and all the reviews in the description. Go check them out, and thank you, like I said again, and enjoy his special, because it is something else. Peace.
戦形千本桜影吉王に一家先人か。こちらは終わった。